So if you pay attention and you notice that this did something with you, it's past 20 minutes or 25 minutes, it did something to you. There's probably some change. Maybe it's just a little bit. Maybe it's quite significant. But if you really followed with every step, you notice that there's a calming down happening, isn't there? Sort of relaxation internally, not so tense anymore. So for a beginner, a total beginner, which we all are, every moment we start new with our practice. Every moment is a chance to again begin to become aware. In Zen, I think they have this kind of saying, like a beginner's mind. This is something good to cultivate. So if we feel very advanced, and as very often there is some trouble there. Feel I'm very advanced, I'm pretty amazing anyways, and I'm much better than other people also who are meditating. I can sit much longer, I can sit for 2 hours, 3 hours without moving my body. I'm quite special. These kind of ideas can then arise also easily. And then we can attach to these ideas. Attaching to ideas really means that we take them seriously. We believe in ideas to be ultimate truth, when they're just ideas. We believe in thoughts to be absolutely valid and true, when they are just thoughts. It's a very liberating insight. This is what we do when we begin every moment. Right now, in this moment, here. Can you feel your body? Do you notice that there is a body right here? It sits. It's a very simple feeling, and if you tune into that simple feeling of bodiness, noticing that there is a body, you become present. First step. It doesn't have to be the body, it can also be sound. So sound is also most of the time around us. Right now, there is sound. You notice the sound? You all might notice some different sounds. Maybe some of you hear the aircon, others hear the water of the fountain, the children outside. Maybe you hear yourself. Also, right now you're present. And this presence it's a very sweet spot. It's what you want to cultivate. Awareness of what is. It's very simple and very efficient. Efficient in terms of most suffering we have in our life is gone when we are fully here. It's a funny thing, isn't it? Suffering can mostly only survive if we are living up in our heads. And we are creating a certain thought construct of life. We feel our life is like this, and then it should be different, it should be like that. Notice how you think about life. What is your life? What is life? Now, most people, if you ask them, tell me about your life, they will then tell you some stories, right? Well, I'm from Germany, I'm 33 years old, I have a meditation center in Phuket. And so we tell some stories, right? My life is not as it should be, really. Could be different. It definitely could be better. I know it could be worse also, but there are many things I wish that would be different. And also, my worldview, it's a very problematic world, also very difficult. It's very scary also. My future, I don't know what's going to happen. Will it be good? Will it be bad? And so we share our opinions and our views and our thoughts with one another, all the while completely missing out on life. We're basically living thought. We're not living life. We live what we think about life, which often comes from anxieties and worries and depression and fear. Notice how is your mind? A meditator is someone who is interested to see what's going on the inside. In Tibetan language, a Buddhist is called Nangpa. Nangpa means that it's someone that's on the inside. An insider, you could say. It's an insider. It's a person that is looking at their own mind. So what's there to be found in your own mind? A whole lot of stuff, isn't there? The entire world is found in your mind. The whole story of your life, the shoulds, the coulds, your fears, your worries, your stress, your tension is found in the mind. It is nowhere around you. It is in the heart. And so we carry around our tension from day to day to day. And we live from that place of tension, of worry, of anxiety, of trying to be someone that is loved, hopefully, trying to be someone that is successful, hopefully, basically we're not living our life, we're trying most of the time. We're trying to be somewhere else, become someone else. Maybe even most of you come to a meditation class because somehow we want to be different. We don't like the way it is. It's like this and I don't like it, so I should try meditation. Maybe it cleans up the mess. Most people come to meditation because suffering is so much in their face. Themselves are so much in their own face. They can't stand it anymore. It's very fortunate. Some people, they have so much suffering, they just try to numb it down and kill it. There are many ways to do that. Some people wake up, though. This is another option. Looking away from yourself, it doesn't fix anything. Running away doesn't fix anything. Staying in your comfort zone, in what you know, doesn't change anything. So we have to, again, come back to the beginning and start to look. Right now, what is going on? It is your own mind that creates your life. Your own decisions, your own choices, your own emotions, feelings, thoughts, your own personality construct. It is running the show. And if there is no awareness, then your life is being run on autopilot by habitual tendencies, habits. They just keep repeating, right? Look at your mind. It's probably most of the time it's the same content, repeating over and over and over again, doesn't it? It's true for all of us. Same stuff most of the time. Every day in, day out, same stuff. Will I make it? I hope I make it. Oh, I messed up again. I hope I will not mess up again in the future. What could I do to not mess up again? All right, let me try this one. It didn't work out again, see. I hope I will not mess up next time. And so it just keeps going on and on and on and on. It's different topics for all of you, but essentially it's the same cycle. Suffering and stress, seeking relief, finding relief, noticing it's just temporary. The stress comes right back. So by seeing that, first of all, I think this is the first step for most people. They become aware of themselves. Whoa, what's going on here? Is it really necessary to suffer through life? It's a good question to ask, isn't it? Is it necessary to suffer? Do you have to suffer? Or is there a choice that you can make so suffering doesn't have to be anymore? Well, life unfolds the way it unfolds all the time anyways. You get old, you get ill, you die eventually. Sometimes you're successful, sometimes you're unsuccessful, sometimes you gain, sometimes you lose. That will still go on normally. There's just one thing that falls away, and it is stress, suffering about it. The idea that your happiness must be somewhere else, at another time, somewhere in the future, and you need more time to get there, to find yourself, to feel fulfilled and complete and relaxed and whatnot, enlightened. For some people, it's enlightenment, it's in somewhere in the future, and I need to get it. And once I got it, everything will be fine. It's also this kind of idea. It also exists in the mind. Once I get this meditation thing, then my life will be okay. But right now, could be better. So we're constantly at war with what is. So we begin again and notice, the mind is like this, it does this. The attitude currently is like this. You are here to see all of it. This is what we essentially cultivate. To open our eyes and look at what is going on inside of ourselves. To become aware, to wake up to it. And then also learn the skill of letting go of things, leaving it alone. Relaxing back into your natural state, which is presence. Not the story in your head. That's not truth. What your mind is telling you all the time, do you have to believe in it? If someone approaches you on the street and says, you're a loser, you're a failure, do you have to believe that person? It's your choice, isn't it? You somehow have an option there. But it might come that this person who tells you you're a loser, you're a failure, it just hits right into your own sweet spot. And so it resonates with you deeply and it feels so true. They might be right. Maybe I am. Or how dare he say something like that? I'm a winner. Whatever story it triggers, it resonates with you. Does your mind resonate with you? What it tells you, does it ring true? If it tells you that the future is definitely going to be better, and that if your past wouldn't be the way it was, you'd be better off. You shouldn't have made the mistakes that you made. Hopefully you will not make them again. I have a little technique that I use frequently. I would just tell my mind, whatever it keeps telling me, I tell my mind, all right, I hear you, but I have just arrived. I'm already here. What can the mind then possibly say? That, yeah, but it might be that maybe you're mistaken, maybe you're not here. It can't tell me that because I'm here. I'm clearly here. Are you not? Are you here or not? Are you present or not? Does it take any effort to be present or not? The mind gets it very twisted very fast. It makes presence, it makes it an effort. Notice that. To be present, the mind makes an effort even out of that. To simply be here. You can be here from two positions. You can be here from the position of the conditioned mind and feel, it's so difficult to be present. I have to strain to be present. I'm not present enough. That's the story of the mind. And then you have another choice. You can be here as awareness. Simply be here. And receive everything the way it is. There is deep relaxation in that. You stop to fight. Slowly, gradually. You learn to put your weapons and your resistance and all of it down. No more need to get out of here. This is what causes all the discomfort. I need to get out of here. I need to get to the next step. What's the plan? Where are you going? If someone asks you, where are you going? What's your answer? I like to answer, I'm already here. I'm not going anywhere. If I go into the story of where I go, I have to go into fantasy. I have to go into the realm of thought. It's not sure if I will go there. It might be some fancy plan that I have. Okay, I want to go there and then I want to do this. All right, fair enough. But will it be like this? I don't know. Will it be bad? I don't know. Will it be good? I don't know. All I really can know for sure is this. There's sounds. There's feelings. There is thought. There is imagination. It's all there. But it's not my business anymore. So I don't worry about it. I just leave it alone. But this requires trust. We need to learn to trust life. Trust the way it is. And this is something the ego cannot at all. The opposite of faith and trust is the ego. It's a big contraction. It doesn't want anything to happen to it. and it feels as if it is in control of life, and as if it is the owner of life even. For Christian, you could say it feels even sometimes larger than God. It's my life. And I'm in control of it. But we can't even control our mind, which is running your life. Can you control it? Try. I just challenge you, 5 minutes. Sit down and just only think of an apple, nothing else. 5 minutes is not much. Or if you're angry, try to sustain it. Sit down and say, all right, I'm going to take this one seriously. I'm going to be really angry right now. Go. And then you try to be really angry. Try to sustain it. Can you? After 30 minutes of like high-speed anger, it's still the same? How about an hour? Still angry? It doesn't work. You're very sad, you cry, oh my life is so bad, it's all so bad. Can you sustain crying? Are you in control of it? Can you cry right now? Can you control that? Are you controlling your heartbeat? Are you controlling your liver? Are you controlling circumstances like weather, other people, and the way they think? Are you in control of that? Can you make them like you? Give it a shot. It doesn't work. We cannot control an imaginary future or an imaginary past. All we can do is know the present. That's the option. Know the present and let go. Relax. It's all okay. This requires a lot of trust and faith. You have to learn to trust awareness. More than stuff. Trusting in stuff. That's what the ego does. The ego lives by trusting in stuff. I need stuff. A lot of it. Fast. Soon. I need it now. And once I have it, I'll be happy. Right? Until the next version is out. Once you have that, then you surely will be happy. Because the camera is much better. There's more apps also. You will be happy. It's a never-ending story. Once I have this girl, I'll be complete. For how long? For how long will you be complete? Yes, I have my dream girl at my side. Am I running through life continuously feeling complete? No, not at all. It would be unnatural. I'm not waking up in the morning, ding, I'm complete. Going into the shower, I'm still complete, totally complete. Because of Pan, because of my wife, I'm complete. Or because of this or that circumstance, I feel good. That's a very slippery slope there. So what is our real option? What can we truly do right now to get out of suffering? First of all, wake up. Notice, okay, there's feeling, there is emotion, there is thinking. It's all there, isn't it? We don't have to ignore anything. We don't have to make up anything. Fortunately, you don't have to create some happy land in your mind. No need to. It wouldn't last anyways. And it would get boring if it lasted. The eternal funfair, very tiresome, doesn't exist. So what can we do? We can just only relax, letting go of what is. Leave it alone. It's not my business. Okay, there's a feeling. I let it be. It's fine. I'm not fighting it. The feeling is not my enemy. It's okay. I relax. And this is a process that requires time, dedication, practice, persistence, faith, trust. Otherwise, once you're present, you're done. It isn't like that, because our habits are pulling us back so fast, again and again and again, rapidly. So we're losing ourselves in content very fast all the time. Instead of seeing anger, we are angry. That's what that means. Instead of seeing depression, we are depressed. So we have to slowly learn to see clearly, more and more clearly. Oh, wait a second, there is this thing again, fear. There is fear. And there are thoughts coming out of it. Like, oh, this feels bad. This looks like trouble. You should be careful. There are thoughts coming out of that fear. I'm not telling you get rid of any of that. The point is not getting rid of it. The point is to become aware of it, to see how it works. You all know a mirror. If there is a reflection inside of a mirror, the mirror has no judgment about it. It simply reflects. And it can only reflect what is presently before it. It cannot reflect the past or the future. It reflects what is, exactly as it is. It doesn't change it in any way. It simply reflects it as it is. So, awareness is pretty much the same. It reflects things just the way they are, without superimposing anything to it. So a very conscious or aware person looking at their enemy neighbor, they don't see an enemy neighbor anymore. They just see a human being. That's it. There's no additional stuff filled into the human being. Like, this is a bad guy, it's an idiot, and so forth. This is not there anymore. You see clearly. You see that sounds are just sounds. You're not making them good and bad anymore. You simply appreciate sound as it is. It is a very subtle form of joy also in that. It's very light. It's not heavy anymore. As soon as good and bad are gone, it's not heavy anymore. You're not suffering from your own creation anymore. You're relaxed. It's just sounds. So all the dramatic stuff, that falls away. Now furthermore, does the mirror suffer its reflection? No. It can simply reflect without suffering from what it reflects. So awareness is able to be aware of something without suffering it. It doesn't suffer experience. It has no conflict with it. Simply receives it. Sound. It doesn't even label it. It's purely perceived as it is. This is where life, or where stress comes to an end. This is where stress and suffering come to an end. In that space. Right now. It's always only now. This is why we always are kind of a beginner again and again. You just begin anew. With every breath, you have another choice to become present, to wake up. Feel the body. Stay with it. This is where you recharge. It's where you get your energy from presence also. You can experiment with this for yourself. It's not too difficult. Wherever you go outside, there is no time and no place where you cannot feel the body. Unless you're in deep sleep or something like this, then okay. But while you're awake, walking around, you can always feel the body. No one kind of takes away the right to feel your body. No one could take it away. Just feel it. So immediately, when you feel it, you come into the present state. Stay. Now you want to stay long enough so you can recharge and results can show. And then you start seeing gradually for yourself that while you're in presence, while you're actually living your life, there is no trouble. The trouble starts in that moment when future and past are created again. When the idea of, yeah, I still need to go there and I still need to do this and that and why did I do that? When that starts again, suffering comes right back. When the mind becomes noisy again, when it turns around again, there's all the suffering coming right with it. In old Buddhist terms, the wheel is very often used. The mind is just like that. It's like a merry-go-round, continuously spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning around itself, creating all these sorts of things that are unreal, that are not true. But we have learned to trust them so much that this mind movie, we're trusting it so much, we're totally forgetting our true position, that of awareness. So we're sucked up in the merry-go-round and we go around with it. Sometimes riding the horse feeling like, woohoo, that's awesome, and sometimes feeling like, oh my God, I'm feeling sick and dizzy, I just want to get off. Once you notice, this is life. It just keeps going around and around and around. Sometimes happy, sometimes sad, sometimes elated, sometimes down. Continuously. Then the mind will tell you, no. Life is a straight line from A to B, and it is continuously supposed to get better. Once you're at B, it will be all good. And it is a straight line. It is not. Life just goes around. You make another choice, what will you get? Will it get better? Will it get worse? No, it's just another choice. Then there will be another thing. Then you need to make another choice. And what will happen then? Will it all be good after that? No. Will it all be bad? No. Just another choice will be needed. My favorite example that I always give is, look at your body right now. It's slowly becoming more painful with every minute that you stay in that posture. And then you will change your posture, right? And then, happy ever after? No. And you would have pain again. The mind does the same thing. But the mind tells you, yeah, you need to change your posture the right way, though. If you change it, if you can find the right way, you'll never have pain again. The mind is just like that. Oh, you need to live your life, but you need to find the secret. If you live it the right way, yeah, we all know I made mistakes in the past, but there is this promise. You just need to do it right, and it will all be good. No more problems. Just only sweet stuff. Everything covered in honey. It's very promising. The mind is like this, isn't it? It'll be all good. But the problem is in the will. It will all be good. It feels directly, oh no, that means it is not good, isn't it? It's not good. So I hope it will be good. It keeps the wheel spinning. It will be good. You just have to do your meditation every day, 1 hour in the morning and then 1 hour in the evening, and it will all be good. everything will be fine. In a way, it's true. In a way, it's true. But in meditation, if you want to have that experience of all be good, you have to let go of this. It will all be good. And make friends with what is. Make friends with the present. And relax through it, let go. In the beginning, there's a lot of storm going on. The mind is still used to its spinning, and it's like a tornado. Keep sitting down. Go through the routine again and again. This is why we have this routine. Gives you the chance to come into some moments of stillness and then start to see, wow, there's way more to life than I thought, literally. Life begins where thinking ends. When your thinking ceases and you're fully here, then I would say life carries you. You're not anymore at war trying to live your life, but life is a friend. It's nothing bad. I thought that also for a long time. Life is just suffering. It's all this suffering, and this is also suffering, and that is suffering too. And the Buddha said everything is suffering. And it's very depressing and not correct. Once you really relax and open up, there's a whole lot of joy. Naturally. You don't have to do anything for it. In fact, it starts when the doing stops. That's where the fun begins. This is where all this headache ends. Will you make it? Who cares? I'm here already. And I relax. Maybe you guys are fighters. You're fighters? So, you want to fight efficiently? You have to be there. If you have a plan, you go into the ring, and you have a plan, you already lost. So first I'll punch him with my right, then I will block with the left, and then a kick. And then you have a plan like this, it will not work out because you're not present. You're stuck in your plan. How can you fight? You have to be fully available, so much so that you forget that you are there. Let your training do the fight. You get out of the way. Like a musician, right? You let the music play, and the musician needs to get out of the way if the music has to be really good. You have to get out of the way. For me, I only play well if I get out of the way. Then there's just music. Feels really good. So when there's presence, you're out of the way. The mind doesn't think up stories anymore. You're out of the way. When you're doing your training, you're present, aren't you? You don't think about what to do later and what you did before. Your whole life basically disappears. There's just the sandbag and you hit it. That's why it feels good. For anyone who does any sports, you're getting into a zone, whether it is running or training or whatever it is that you do. For this moment that you are there, hitting the bag or running, your life disappears. Your life story disappears. There's just steps, breath, impact. You're there. That's why we like these things. And it keeps us sane also. If you're constantly bombarded by the mind and you have no way out, no training, no music, there's no way out, you will break down very fast. If you're constantly up in your head, when they lock in some people in some isolated cells,
they go crazy very fast because there is no escape. It's non-stop mind. So we need to sleep. And why is sleep so restful? Because for sometimes at night, the mind stops. When you go into deep sleep, it is when you rest. It is when the mind is at the basic most level of activity. You're still there, but this idea of me and myself, and this is gone. That's why it's so refreshing. Everyone likes sleep. So these are a few kind of hints or tips or whatever you might call it to show you just how valuable it is to arrive here and to be available, to be present and to relax into that state again and again. It's not so complicated. You don't have to learn fancy techniques and finish courses and get certificates and all that stuff. Just right now in this very moment, can you feel the body? So make that your number one training and maintain that training throughout the entire day, feeling the body. Wherever you are, this is your refuge, you come back to the body. And the mind might go into rampage and give you all sorts of fears and problems and whatnot. Sure, it will, because it gets out of business. It loses a loyal customer. So it will try to sell you hard for a while. Just stay put in presence. It's what the mind does. Relax, come back into life. Trust. It's all okay. Okay? So this is basically all for today.